Hello everybody, welcome back to some more UFO 50 Nonograms, the free UFO 50 fan game where you get to play Picross puzzles, also known as Nonograms. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen the earlier VODs, the way Picross works is these numbers on the side are saying basically the groups of frogs. So for instance, there's 2 frogs and there's 3 frogs, and there's a space between them, so the space has to be here. And then since this is a 3 frog crew and I have 3 frogs, I know that's not. And then the frogs are either there or there, but either way this tile is overlapping, so it's always a frog. So you sort of figure it out that way, and it's just kind of a neat puzzle game. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of this lately, it's very fun. That's the only place an 8 can fit, which leaves 2 there. Do-do. Nice, let's see what we got. It is Gator Golf, the predators from Camouflage. That's the gator, that's the frog. I've been watching more of Season 5 of The Boys. Gets a lot better as it goes on. I'm on like the 3rd episode now. Speaking of The Boys, the main guy in The Boys was in this movie I watched tonight called Novocaine, which was pretty good. Oh, something went wrong here. There we go. Pretty sure that's right. Okay, tricky but not impossible to get out situation. Oh. Maybe impossible to get out situation. Try resetting. Something went wrong there. Anyways, I'm still somewhat mad at them for the writing decision that they made in the first episode, but it's kind of winning me back. I do generally like the characters on The Boys. I feel like a lot of shows kind of write off characters a little bit too early. Like, minor Ozark spoilers. They killed off, like, my two favorite characters in a row in 2 seasons. Which was kind of annoying. Also, the show just kind of went on for too long. But I am enjoying Season 5 of The Boys more than I thought I would. Da, da. Alright, I'm gonna say what's bothering me. You can skip 5 minutes ahead if you don't want to hear spoilers for The Boys. They killed off freaking A-Train. And it's crazy, because they have like this whole thing with A-Train. He's sort of like... The whole setup for The Boys is that he accidentally kills Huey's girlfriend. Because he's doing drugs and not looking where he's going. And runs her over. And... like, he's kind of a jerk. And then they sort of redeem him and make you like him. And they build him up. And then the first freaking episode of the season, of Season 5, like, he lasted for so long, and he's such a good character. I mean, you could say, oh, it's to show that, you know, Homelander's a threat, he's killing this guy. And he had kind of a great death scene, because, you know, he has this whole arc of, like, being afraid of Homelander. And then, finally, when he's, like, about to die, he stops being afraid of Homelander. Let's see what this is. Magical ball from Elf Hat. Neat. Yeah, but, like... I don't know. He's just too good of a character to waste. And then American Horror Story, minor spoilers for Season 10 of American Horror Story. Which, at this point, everyone that's seen it, probably. Everyone that wants to see it has seen it. Basically, they do like this big reunion arc where they bring back all the characters from all the seasons and they're all like, hey, let's hang out and go to the beach and party, and it's kind of fun. But they end up like building up this whole thing where they're all in a bunker, and it's like starting all these plot threads, and then everyone just dies all of a sudden, and then they switch around the characters, which, I don't know, that just felt so bizarre. They did the same thing in a few of the other seasons, but I don't know, it just seems kind of lame. But yeah, the Deep had such... not the Deep, the A-Train. A-Train was such a good character. I mean, I liked A-Train a lot. And... yeah, he sort of evolves through the show and becomes like an actual hero. I wish he would have at least, like, you know, maybe they have like a final confrontation and he's there for that and then he dies. But killing him off in the first episode, that just feels lame. Ooh, another puzzle. That was a fast one. Snail from Mortal 2. I don't know, I feel like that always happens to me on shows, like, they kill off the character. Some shows I just outright stop watching, like Walking Dead. The whole, like, show is about Rick and his wife, and then they kill off the wife. Oh, Walking Dead spoilers. Whoops. That show's also been out for a while, though. But yeah, The Walking Dead also had some great characters. Horror movies also tend to do that. Where they like kill off a character a little bit early. Like famously Saw kills off like its main character in the second movie, and then it ends up getting like 50 million movies. Which was definitely not the best way to play that. But they still ended up being pretty fun movies. I recommend Saw. Hard to get spoiled on Saw. I watched the whole, like, YMS Your Movie Sucks Saw recap where he talks about, like, every Saw movie and every trap. And then I watched the movie and by then I'd forgotten all about it. They really do kind of blend together. But it's still fun to watch. Saw this other movie, Heretic, with the guy that played House. It was interesting. I don't know if I'd call it good, but it was interesting. There's definitely better scary movies, but it did hold my attention the whole way through. I kind of hate the trope of character in a horror situation and they never double tap to check if the killer's actually dead and then the killer comes back like 10 trillion times. That always felt a little bit lame to me. Although I get it, like if you're in a life or death situation, you're probably not thinking super duper clearly. I wonder if you had House trap the average House fan in his basement, if they would try to escape. Or if they like House enough that they would just chill in there. Something went wrong here. This is a 3 clue. The 2 has already been done. These are both 3s. That would be an interesting tier list. If you were held hostage by any character in, you know, whatever show, who would you want? Like in Dexter, probably Masuka would be the worst, because he's kind of annoying. Or Dexter, because he kills people. But Masuka is really annoying. So it'd be a hard choice. Actually, maybe Dexter, because he only kills killers. So he would probably just be like, oh sorry, there was a mix-up. I don't know, would he let you go though? Because then there's a risk that you'd tell on him. Yo, the legendary Starfy. Keen aim. Oh, it's the pterodactyl. Neat. Probably being in Deborah's basement would be the high roll. I'm realizing it's a little bit redundant. If I made a tier list like that. It's basically just saying, how attractive do you think the actor is? So you could just call the list that. Ideally, you probably wouldn't want to be in anyone's basement. But there are definitely better basements than others. Especially if there's like a tornado or something. Probably... I'm trying to think like what would be the best basement in all of fiction to hang out in. That 70s show basement was kind of a classic one. I like when the guy that plays Kelso says burn. Ashton Kutcher, I think that's his name. Probably the worst spaceman. Might just be Jigsaw. Although you do have a chance at survival, so it wouldn't necessarily be the worst. There's probably someone worse than Jigsaw. Oh, you know what? American Horror Story Season 6, Roanoke. There's those cannibals. Those guys are mean. Honestly, I liked Roanoke. I think it's my favorite season in American Horror Story. But it kind of, I don't know, I feel like that show sometimes gets a little bit too much. Oh, everything is torture, everything is bad forever. The show will make you sad. You know? It's like a little mean-spirited when it kills off characters I like. They should only kill off the characters that I don't like, and then that way it would be good. I think I solved the issue with TV. Okay. Yo, Mass Zombie from Pistel. This is the Stage 3 guy, I think? The purple guy? Oh, or is this the Stage 1 boss guy? There's a couple purple guys. I'm trying to think of characters that got killed off that the show improved from them not being around. Winning? Oh, I'm winning Paradox Sphere. My hottest take is probably that I don't mind the post Steve Carell episodes of The Office. Because it gave Dwight more of a chance to shine, which I felt like he deserved. But yeah, most of the time when shows kill off like long-running characters, it's just kind of bad. You are unfortunately getting back into Warframe. I played that game for like 30 minutes, so I can't really comment on if it's good or not. Have you seen the new season of The Boys Paradox? I'm on episode 3, so don't spoil. If you have. I got the ending spoiled for me. Unfortunately, you've only seen season 1. You probably stopped at a good point, honestly. This can't connect to the 6, so it has to connect to the 5. Would you believe me if I said that it makes you start to like A-Train as the series goes on? You enjoy something like that, forget about it, then here it goes downhill? Many such cases. I used to be super into American Horror Story, and now I don't even feel like watching the new one that has Kim Kardashian in it, apparently. Used to watch Ghost Hunter Shoes with my dad all the time before I moved out. Yeah, I never really got into any of those. I feel like they just shake cabinets. You're 12 and your dad was superstitious, so it was cool at the time. I feel like you have to either believe in it or, I don't know, just be making fun of it. But yeah, I've never really been into those. Flytrap Mortal. I did watch... I watch the Chills videos sometimes. Like, top 15 super scary things. But I've never watched, like, an actual ghost show. Number 15. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus. But as it turns out, that might be what you get. An anonymous 4chaner posted a picture saying, "This is the lettuce that you eat at Burger King," with a picture of his shoes in a tub of lettuce. I wonder if that was real, like, were they shitposting? Or were they actually putting their feet in lettuce that they sold to people? I feel like it was probably expired lettuce and they were just joking. Because I don't want to believe that someone would feed people foot lettuce. This is a very small puzzle. Kinda like it. Onion Mobile. Those were good background noise to listen to those top 10 videos, yeah. When it comes to background noise, I gotta say, ooh, I got a background. Wow, thanks for buying all my stuff. Nice. Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Family Guy, Storage Wars, Pawn Stars. That's like the top 3. Also, obviously, like American Dad, Cleveland Show, they're basically the same thing. American Dad is kind of too good though, because you get absorbed. So Family Guy being something you can kind of zone out to, ironically makes it better for background noise. Anyways, we got the last background. You like Storage Wars, but you didn't like Pawn Stars. Best I could do is 20 bucks. Storage Wars is pretty peak. You never know what you're gonna get. How did I not notice that giant 9 there? Mr. Game & Watch. I never really liked the Watch Mojo top 10s though, but I like Chills. My brother-in-law is like the #1 Chills hater. He said his voice is cringy and I was like, that's the best part. It broke my heart when I found out he was just doing a goofy voice and that's not how he normally talks. Although it does kind of make it funnier. Didn't know it was a fake voice. Oh no, I ruined the magic for you. No, it's a real voice. I'm curious, is there any shows that you watched where they killed off a character and then you stopped watching it? Because you like the character? Because I was thinking I did that for Dexter and The Walking Dead. There's some shows where there's characters that are just like way too important to get rid of. Yeah, think on that. Alright. Opling's Magic Garden. Dexter, I didn't technically stop watching, but I did take a break for like 6 months. If you've seen the show, you probably know what character I'm talking about. Also, they wrote off, like, what? Yeah, Dexter made some strange moves. Spoilers. They wrote off Lumen, and then they kept Hannah around. And Hannah is just a less interesting Lumen. Like, why would you do that? And then if you get into the later seasons, they have, like... just... Spoilers, Law & Order, when they changed the characters, I stopped watching. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen Law & Order much. Yeah, though, in Dexter, they write that, like, he just randomly one day is like... Oasis, Campanella, that's cool. He's just like, wait, my sister is kind of hot. It's like, bro, no! Ooh, the ship is ready. I'm not gonna click it, though, till I do all the puzzles. I don't want to miss out on Noslo, or whatever the equivalent is. They went crazy with the writing in Dexter in the final seasons, yeah. I actually do like a lot of parts of the later seasons. Particularly the villains. It definitely peaked with Trinity, though. And then they never really got to that same high. Because he was just genuinely, like, creepy and a good villain. I don't mind the final villain, but he's kind of boring. And then the whole, like, therapist just kind of waters down everything that happened previously. I don't really get why they would retcon it. It's like, oh, actually, the code of your... Oh, spoilers. The code of your father was something that he stole from a therapist. And then he killed himself. Yeah, Harry just has, like, no agency in anything that he does, or that he tells Dexter to do. He's just kind of an idiot now. Alright. Okay, Dexter writers, why not? They slandered a dead man. Also, the first time I watched Dexter, I thought they killed off the ice truck killer too soon, because he was kind of a fun character. But on rewatching, I don't really know what they would have done if they kept him alive. He was a very fun character, though. I think he could have gotten a redemption arc. That's not really what Dexter's about. I actually didn't mind the Dexter finale. Also, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know why people say it's like the worst finale ever. It makes a lot of sense. Because he's a character that hates himself, so he doesn't want himself to be happy because he failed to protect his sister. I think it's a pretty poetic ending that he sails away into the sea. And they went back and made a sequel series now, so... Why is this 10 so close to the 3? But I don't know if the sequel is any good or not. Probably assuming it's not that good. But who knows? I'm not getting whatever service I have to get to watch that. Is it like Paramount or something? I used my Paramount free trial to watch The Curse, and I thought it was probably the worst show that Nathan For You put on. So I only watched like a couple episodes of it. I did like Emma Stone in it. The rehearsal clears it so hard, though. And it's on HBO, which is something I actually have. What did we get? Healing Fountain from Disconia. Nice. They went crazy with the Dexter rating in the later seasons. Yeah. I'm gonna check out the ship. I don't think it'll take off without my permission. I just kind of want to see what it says. Maybe I have to enter the ship to unlock a quest. You say to do it. Well, it seems you are capable enough. Look into my eyes quickly. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, so at this point I only care about ingots and moondrops then. Secret. Okay. I'm gonna have it be like a little bit of research in Silk still, but mostly ingots. I am excited though. I didn't think that was... He like scans me with his sunglasses. I also kind of like the idea of him training someone else to do what he does. But then they also just killed off that character, and then they killed off the psychiatrist. And it's like, okay, you're just killing off everyone at this point. I don't... Actually, yeah, the boys handled killing off characters better. Because they... Well, they do kind of kill off nobodies, but they don't, like, just kill off nobodies like Dexter did. Like, yeah, and the boys, they This 3 is supposed to be here. Yeah. Yeah, they just killed off... Spoilers. One of the guys from Gen V. But it wasn't like one of the important guys from that show. Blacklist. Blacklist really killed off 2 main characters. That's another one that I stopped watching. Screw it. Blacklist spoilers, because it's on my mind. So they kill off Mr. F. Which was like the cleaner. And I really liked her character. She was fun. And then they were like, oh, but she betrayed Raymond. And then they didn't kill her off, but they wrote off Agent Navabi. Maybe the actress didn't want to do the role anymore. But she was kind of... like, they didn't replace her with someone. They just kind of had an empty hole in the cast. And then towards when I stopped watching, I mean, I kind of checked out after Mr. F, but Elizabeth Keene, who is like literally the main character, they fake kill her off and then they bring her back. I don't know, that was just cheesy. And then they take away her love interest to be on a spin-off, which I don't think was the right play. Just strange writing decisions. It's like, sorry honey, I got drafted to the spin-off. I'm not allowed to be in the cool show anymore, I have to be in the slightly worse show. I mean, I'm assuming it's slightly worse, I haven't seen it. Could be good. You know, Cleveland had that happen to him, but he survived. That's why he's built different. I think the characters from the Cleveland show are technically still around in Family Guy, you just don't see them. Which is a bit sad. Imagine the whole canon of your reality just being evaporated, but they're still there, but you can't see them. It's either a 1 or a 2. I think this has to be a 1, because this 2 can't reach there. They did the bathtub joke where it's empty. That's so sad. David Lynch didn't want to be in Gravity Falls, but he wanted to be in Cleveland Show, which I think is beautiful. Cleveland Show, the most memorable things, it had David Lynch as a recurring role, and he's amazing. And then it had an episode where Rollo, who is basically the Stewie of that show, he gets trapped under his morbidly obese neighbor, and then they become unlikely friends. I kind of like that episode. It reminds me a bit of the Fairly Odd Parents Vicky episode, where he gets snowed in with Vicky, and then they discover they're not so different after all. Was Vicky the first victim of cyberbullying when that guy made a song called Icky Vicky? Is that even cyberbullying if it's over the radio? Probably not. Technically not cyberbullying, radio bullying. Bro, how the fuck is radio bullying real? Just close your eyes. Ears. Just close your ears. Just turn off your radio. Now you're thinking with portals. Scrubs? We got pretty lucky on Scrubs. None of the main cast left. Except for the last season, which barely counts as a show. You never seen Scrubs? It's actually pretty good. I think it held up pretty well. Basically, for the last season, they have like an entirely new cast, but it's the same hospital. Yeah, it's not quite as good. But it's not like awful. Oh wait, this 3 clue has 4 ones under it. Ah, that's how you get that. I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, it's a pretty good show. I can't watch most medical dramas because they're too gory. It's funny, I can watch like scary movies with gore and not mind it, but when it's like someone getting operated on, I'm like yucky yucky. Like my mom's really into Grey's Anatomy. Connie Carmel. Didn't know that was her name. 5 puzzles! That's my first full clear. So if I go in, it's not gonna... So I've got still 100 puzzles left to go, wow. But Carmel, it's all shiny now. Oh, you get to see that every time you go to him. Okay, I need 1,000 more moondrops and then 1,300 more ingots. I think if you want to kill off a character on the show, it has to either serve a purpose narratively, or I don't know, maybe the actor wants to do something else. Apparently they fucked over the guy that played Carl on Walking Dead, and waited until he bought a house that was like right next to the set, and then they killed him off. You know, like most medical dramas, because they like to make two dumbest and most wrong medical decisions known to man. Yeah, that's fair. This vexes me. I've been brainwashed by the house account and the necklace full of no. I want to watch the show just to see what that actually means. It's like this caption where it's like, this lady is like, "What's my necklace made of?" And then he goes, "No." And I have no idea what it means. And then everyone in the comments is like, "Dude, that was the most heartbreaking moment of the show." I've got a necklace made of no. Do 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 do. I'm Dr. No. Did I tell you my story about the boys paradox? My cleaning person, I was talking to him, and he asked me if I saw the new season of The Boys, and I was like, "Oh no, but I probably will watch it later." And then he just spoils the entire ending. Isn't that crazy? Damn indeed. People are interesting. Anyways, that's why I'm spoiling every show ever made here in this VOD. Snape kills Dumbledore. I saw this video of this guy that like bought up all the Harry Potter books as they were coming out, and then he went to where people were camped outside the store, and then he just yells out, "Snape kills Dumbledore." And people are like throwing drinks at his car. That's like, you have to be around in that moment to do that prank. And there hasn't really been anything that big since. I mean, you can't be like, "Haha, I bought all the Pokemon cards," or "I bought all the Labubus." But that is a day one hater. Yeah, with streaming, it's not like you can sit outside someone's house and just yell through the window what happens in the finale. But back then, you could certainly spoil stuff. Nowadays, you go on Twitter and it's like, "Hey, here's a frame from the season finale of the show that released an hour ago." Only on X that everything up. I'm never gonna actually unironically call that. Why are these all twos, brother? Why are these all twos? I was watching this anime. What was it called? It was a Studio Ghibli. It was like a really generic name. Whereas like they were restoring this bell tower or something. It was pretty good, but it wasn't as good as like most Ghibli stuff. I watched The Boy and the Heron in the theaters, and that movie was really not great, like even by non-Ghibli standards. Robert Pattinson was pretty good though. You couldn't really tell it was him. You haven't watched a movie in the theater in ages? You should go watch Backrooms. That movie's awesome. The last thing you saw in theaters was American Sniper. Holy. I also saw that in theaters. This is either a 3 or 4. This is a 2. This is either a 3 or 4, so that has to be a mine. Oh man, this is such a slow puzzle. If this is a 4, it's not a 4, it has to be a 3. Because 2 space 1, 2, 3 space 4 doesn't work, so that's a 3, that's a 2, and the 4 is here. That's probably the next leap in logic you have to make. That's a 1 for sure. This is maybe a 4. Yeah, that's a 4. Yeah. And there's a 1 somewhere here. The 2 is important here. That separates the 4. I can kind of use that as a jumping off point. This is a 1. This is a 3. 1 here. These are both 1s, no matter what. 2, 3, 4, 5 1s. So both of those are 1s. And now I need 1, 1 here. 1, 1 here. It's gotta be here. This is a 2. This is a 3. Yeah, I watched Novocaine today on Prime. That was a pretty great movie. I think it's because I was watching The Boys, so it was like, hey, you want to watch something else with Huey in it? I think he's pretty good as a lead. I mean, he is a lead on The Boys, but it's different being the lead in an ensemble show versus being the lead in a movie. A cool thing a theater near me did was when Toy Story 3 came out, they showed the first 3 Toy Stories in a row. That's neat. I don't know if I could watch 3 Toy Stories. I think that might be overdoing it a bit. Da 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 ba ba. This could go either way. Nice. 18 years ago when you had a proper attention. Party alien, let's go! 4 puzzles. Gee, Billy, how come your mom lets you solve 4 puzzles? We should force everyone that uses TikTok to solve like 10 pick rocks a day, and they would get all their brain cells back. That was in 2010. Ba-ba-da. Yeah, the backrooms, I was expecting it to be good. Ended up being really good. My mom didn't like it much, though. But she's kind of, she's interesting. She really liked Beekeeper with Jason Statham, which I also really liked. But I think she's more into action-y stuff than horror. Jason Statham is so cool. I kinda like how Jason Statham and Liam Neeson, they're always good guys. They're consistent. Like some actors, sometimes they're the bad guy, sometimes they're the good guy. Your ability to sit a long time to watch movies or shows started to wane when you hit 20 and then you started to like just reading. I mean, you're able to watch a stream. That's pretty good. I don't tend to watch streams, although I do stream a lot. I think it depends what the person is streaming to. Like, if they're streaming, like, a speedrun where they're doing the same thing over and over and resetting at the start, it's kind of hard for me to watch. Unless they're, like, super duper entertaining. There's more interaction and it's nice to watch. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I don't really like super big streamers where they can't read chat. And then everyone's just talking all the time trying to get their message read. And they care more about that than like the game or having a conversation. Especially like I've been a casual fan of Frost Prime. And he's this thing where... Foul play, Bushido Ball. Oh, it's the ref! Oh, that's awesome. But he has this thing where people can type ohm, and then it makes like this noise and goes ohm. So people are just like always typing that. Yeah, it kind of gets stale. And then he also has like text-to-speech for donations, so you just get like a robot going like, 7 6 7 6 6 6 7 6 7 It's like, bro, we get it. You gave Frost Prime 60 cents. Congrats. Jason Statham, The Rock, and Vin Diesel have it in their contract. They can't lose a fight. Based. Danny Trejo has it in his contract that if he plays a bad guy, the bad guy has to be in jail or dead at the end of the movie to show his kids that crime doesn't pay. I loved him in Breaking Bad. That was such a good role for him. I think he played a good guy in The Last Stand. That was also a great movie. Yeah, I think when it comes to action stars, those are definitely up there. I mean, I know you're not supposed to like get too attached to celebrities that you don't know. But I think if I ever met Keanu Reeves, we'd be instant best friends. The brain rot of today is so much worse than it was like 10 to 15 years ago. Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. Bang, bang, bang. We need more stuff like that, and less 6-7. Like if you agree. I like Danny Trejo saying that if he plays a bad guy, he has to lose. But I don't really like The Rock saying that he can't lose a fight. Because, I mean, like, the whole thing of, like, coming back after a loss is, like, such a big thing in movies, redemption arcs and stuff. It'd be really annoying if you have, like, a great screenplay, and then someone's like, oh, we hired The Rock. Can you make it so that your guy doesn't lose? And then you're like, my third act! It's gone! Imagine you're wrestling someone and then they're like, oh, just so you know, I'm not allowed to lose, so you have to throw the fight. Wait, is this solvable? Hold on. Yeah. As much as you like Vine shorts, it's one of the major reasons for short attention spans and the evolution into what we have today. Nate Campanella. Wow, that was a great drawing. I mean, I did get kind of sick of, like, the Vine boom. I never really watched Vines, but I would watch Vine compilations sometimes. Which I guess is basically the same thing. I remember when everyone was freaking out because Trump said he was gonna get rid of TikTok, and then he just didn't do that. I don't know why people still take stocks in the things that he says. You never had Vine? You just watch the comps on YouTube sometimes? Yeah. I do doom scroll a bit. Twitter videos of cats. Starpad, Belgris. Neat. That's cool. Doom scrolling animals do funny things. Well, it's like, I'll see something that's like, this cat barks, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll click that. I have to hear the barking cat. Or else I'll always wonder what the barking cat will sound like. How would I live with myself? I found this Zach D Films guy who's pretty cool. He does short form videos, but they're like animated. Like, he did one that was like, what if we turned every person into a cube and stacked them? He in the sky, Waldorf, neat. What does the fox say? I remember that. What the fox say? Chachi, chachi, chachiko. Chachi, chachi, chachiko. What the fox say? Ring a ding 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 da ding da ding. Ding 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 da ding. Ring ding 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 da ding da ding. What the fox say? Alright, I'll stop torturing you. Mainly because I don't remember what happens after ring da ding da ding. I remember people kept posting the soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, 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 purr. Sounds closer to Crazy Frog. Ba-da-dee-da-dee-da-do-do, dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-do. I don't think that's Crazy Frog, that's something else. I wonder why Gangnam Style ended up blowing up so much. Oppa Gamer Style. Hey, sexy Waldorf. Avian Soldier Style. That is pretty good. I like that art. Let's get scanned. I need 1300. I'm getting closer. Oh man, that's close, but no cigar. Hold on, I think this works. So there's two bubbles here. So 2 space 2 space 2 space 2 space 1 space 1 2 3 4. Yeah. Wow, that is annoying to count. Psy, the guy who made, was already really popular in Korea. It just hit the right time and was catchy. I'm a mother, father, gentleman. That was the sequel. I just remember the Instalog parody of Gangnam Style. I'm a AP Shaco Pentakill. Gonna throw my shiv. I'm gonna get one hit. You know what I procced? Lich Bane. This song is such a jam. What is this song though? I wonder if this is one of those remixes. I know there's some remixes in this. Three ones and then a 4. 6 and then a 4. No 1 and then a 3. Another song in this game that makes you think of the Kirby 64 credits theme? Crystal Shards? I got really annoyed at my best friend when I was younger because he sold his copy when I wanted it. And he didn't offer me first dibs, even though he knew that I liked that game. Might be this one actually. Joke's on him now though, because I can emulate it. Another game I probably won't go back and play, because I have too much on my backlog. Keeps playing a riff that sounds like it's from Kirby. 64 credits. Wonder if I ever actually reach the credits. Dun, dun. Nice. Flaming Trap. Explode. Warp Tank, 4 puzzles. Oh yeah, I fixed the ship by the way. Not flying away till I 100% the game though. Also, I think Nozlo might be in this. There's this guy that wants me to give him 1,300 ingots. So I'm assuming that's the Nozlo equivalent. I probably just have to give him like a ton of resources and then gives me a really hard puzzle or something. I wonder if the puzzle at the end is gonna be like Pilot Quest themed. That would be cute. Or like Wild Zone themed. I've been replaying Plants vs. Zombies for the DS. That game is pretty great. I've been going beast mode, but I can't record it because it's on my DS. But I got like this day where I had so much sun, it was ridiculous. It was one of the water levels, and there's these guys that you can get for 325 sun that hit 3 different lanes. And I had pretty much just that guy and Sunflower and the ice one. Pretty busted. Let's see what we got. It is a face. Pink for Mortal. Yeah, it looks like a pig. Alright, Reiji, get ready for swag. Isn't that neat? I still need a lot more. You played Zuma's Revenge via the DSiWare port? Interesting. I've never heard of that. Sounds cool though. Yeah, apparently I'm playing a worse version of Plants vs. Zombies, because I was watching Grapefruit's video, and he said there's actually a version that they made, like, specifically for the DS that had more stuff in it. Which is not the version that I'm playing. Oh yeah, I sent Grapefruit. I don't know how often he checks his Twitter. But I sent him the link to this fan game. So maybe we'll see Grapefruit stream it? Although, I don't know. I don't know how much clout I have. Sumo's Revenge has PC and console differences, which distinctly different content from DSi. Ah, why would they do that? It's kind of like how, for some reason, on the 360 version of Terraria, they had a item where you combine two flamerangs to make a flamerang that just does slightly more damage. I have no idea why they would do that. We got Runner from Kick Club. Runner up. Big molts. At this point, everything is going to be giving me molt. Like, imagine if Baltro had a... You get, like, 2 basic jokers, and then you get a joker that gives +8 molt. Just seems silly. I think this is the worm from Elf Hat, but it could be the Campanella 1 worm. Judging by the bomb here, I think it's Camp 1, but it could be the Althazar bomb. There's bombs in both games. Reminds you of Camp 1 World 2, yeah? Yeah. I did not expect, I was randomly browsing Twitter and I saw John LeJoie made a new song, which is crazy, because it's been like years and years. He made Wolfie's Just Fine, which was like a... that was his attempt to make non-jokey music. It was okay, but it wasn't great. But yeah, he went back, he made a jokey song. It's kind of neat. Now I just need Computer Nerd 01 to come back. Actually, let me check that guy's channel, I'm curious. Computer Nerd 01. His last video was the 2020 rap, which was 5 years ago. He did a WAP parody? No way. You might know him from his song Hala Jalapeno, Hala Jalapeno. That was my favorite song he did. Which was a parody of Alejandro by Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga also kind of fell off. I think these have to connect. Yeah. Otherwise, this just doesn't kind of make sense as a shape. Dang, that doesn't tell me anything though. Okay, I was gonna say, like, this puzzle is so small, how can it be this hard? I think that probably will just solve the rest of it. Oh, I spoke too soon. Jalapenos. I like to munch, I like to crunch on jalapenos. You know, the song is also kind of a ripoff of, I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to munch Castles Avianos. That's pretty good. Look at the flag. Wow. The pixel art in this is so good. Like, not only did M3zik have to make 250 puzzles, they also had to make 250 puzzles that made an image, plus, like, all the underlying systems of the shop and the resources and the characters. And the tiramisu jump scares. It would be really funny if he could actually jump scare you instead of just like showing up and jumping in your face. I like to munch, I like to crunch on jalapenos. The art of the YouTube parody is truly a lost art form. Although I guess everyone's scared to try after I came out with I'm All Mech. Although that wasn't really a parody of anything. I think my favorite part of I'm All Mech is when I couldn't think of what to rhyme with boss, so I just said boss. Also when I hit the guitar instead of strumming it. That's how real gamers play the guitar. Two, two, one. Wait, this isn't supposed to be a 1. Uh-oh. This is supposed to be a 2. I feel like this line is the wrong one. They take a reset-a-roni. We're just gonna keep going and hope it's solvable later. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart. I won't abandon you, puzzle, don't worry. Is your favorite song in the game? Yeah, I actually reset so that my favorite Chowder Flying Reggie could listen to the song more. No offense to Paradox if you're still here. You're all my favorite. Maybe the real favorite Chowder is the friends you made along the way. Favorite Cheddar? Game was loud, didn't hear it, so it's fine. Wipes tears on shirt. Okay, this is looking like it's working. Nice. We got the closet from MiniMax. Wow, that is a really good recreation. There's the door where King Mittens is. There's the lamp, the bookshelf, the other lamp, I think, and the green plants. Wow, yeah, that was a really good recreation of that. Classic. I kind of wish Donkey, just like kept making UFO 50 videos instead of just making one. Painting and piggy bank were up too. Nice. Yeah, but I feel like Donkey would have loved Mini and Max, although he might have played it off stream. But that is like, I could just imagine him figuring out like the puzzle piece cheese and being like, yes, I can fly. I don't know, that wasn't a good Donkey voice. All the spaghetti meatballs. Hey everybody, it's Donkey. Moist Dunkicle here. The situation with Mina the Hollower is that I haven't played it yet. Reason for uncleared. I didn't buy Mina the Hollower. I will at some point, though. No one spoil it. Maybe once I finish this. I don't know. There's like too many good games. I do really like what I've played so far of Pronoun Palace. This is the song that has the jingling keys in it, I think. Yeah. Nice. Right, I should give my hand a break. Hammer from Hyper Contender. That was a pretty good puzzle. Let's see how much progress I made. Little under 90. Yeah, 84 remain. Look at the progress. Oh, Campanella's full clear. Caramel's a full clear. Hyper Contender's pretty close. Pilot Quest is a full clear. That's funny. Maybe try talking? I kinda wish you could like zoom in on it. If you click on it, it just starts the puzzle. Yeah, that's Piggy Bank right there. And then what else did he say was there? Oh, the big painting. Oh, this painting, yeah. Let's see how close I am to this. I need another 500 ingots. And then I unlock the secret puzzles. That's exciting. But, yeah. Very cool game, very fun. If you enjoyed this episode of UFO 50 Nonograms, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, thanks for watching.